Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. As I promised or stated in my previous video, my intro to my GLP-1 journey, I'm coming back with some other videos to explain more details about some of the stuff that I shared in that first video. So this video, as you can tell by the title, I will share the reason why I chose or why I am taking a GLP-1 medication, which is the medication Zepbound. It is the injection, for those who aren't familiar, that I take once a week, weekly. And my injection day as of right now is on Thursdays. I take it every Thursday. So I do want to provide a disclaimer before I share. The information I share in these videos are per my experience and the information that I know regarding the medication. This is by no way information that you should take as medical information or suggestions. You should definitely speak with a medical professional if you are thinking about, wanting to take these medications, or if you are taking them and you have further questions per some of the information that you may have learned that I've shared in my videos. So just wanted to share that disclaimer. So without further ado, I will go ahead and get started. Again, I have my notes so I can make sure I touch on the things that I want to share. So to give a little backstory without it hopefully taking too long. So I had been diagnosed with hypertension, which is also known as blood pressure, about 2 years ago. I was, my doctor prescribed me medication. At the time it was, just take these for a little bit, let's get your blood pressure managed, and then, you won't have to take them anymore. Well, it turned into having to take them continuously, and I have been working hard to get off of them. I knew that I had gained, some weight over COVID. I think a lot of us had gained some weight over COVID for sure, and I definitely gained that COVID-15. And I was able to get it off somewhat, but I wasn't able to keep it off. And my doctor had explained that maybe that was, not maybe, but she believed that was the reason that my blood pressure was going up. So after being on the medication for 2 years, I started getting headaches on the medication about late last year in 2023. So I went to see my doctor early this year in 2024 to address the headaches while taking the medication. She prescribed me another medication, which also gave me headaches for the blood pressure. These are blood pressure medications, just to be clear. So after that, it was, time to delve in and do some research and see what else we could do to help me to get my blood pressure down, and obviously do something where it doesn't cause headaches. That was one thing that I learned, is that no one really could tell me why I was getting the headaches on the medication. I actually had to do some research on my own and kind of determine why. And I believe, again, this is not, professional medical advice, but I believe per my research and what I did that it was due to dehydration. So I started adding in electrolytes in my waters, and that helped. I did not get any headaches after that. I am still taking the blood pressure medication. So that's helped. And fortunately, I have not gotten any headaches after taking that. So anyway, with our research and trying to figure out what I needed for my blood pressure, and determining that my weight kept, yo-yoing up and down, up and down, up and down, it was determined that they wanted me to do something about my weight, because trying to do stuff on my own was not really sustainable. I wasn't able to keep it off, and I was only able to get to a certain number. I think the highest I was able to get to on my own, just doing stuff on my own, was 12 pounds down, and that was it. I couldn't get any further than that. And then as soon as I would fall off, or I wouldn't stick to whatever routine I was on, it would eventually creep back up. So that is the backstory as to why I am taking the GLP-1 medications Zepbound, for the weight management and to also help with my blood pressure, which it is doing both. So in that, they wanted to also make sure that with the blood pressure and the weight gain, that it didn't cause any other medical issues. So getting my weight down and managed, and my blood pressure down and managed, will help prevent anything in the future. That is the goal. and why I am taking the medication, and still also taking my blood pressure medication as well to help manage that as well. It's gone down from where it was at the beginning of the year, but it's still, not where I guess my medical or my physicians, primary physicians, are wanting it to be, that they're happy with. So I am still taking my blood pressure medication along with the Zepbound as well. So as I mentioned, I take the injection once a week. On Thursdays, that's where I take it. There are several places that you can inject. You can inject in the back of the arm, on your abdomen, or on your thighs. Those are the 3 places that they explain are the places that you can inject your medication. Where I inject, I have 4 spots that I alternate through. I do my abdomen on each side, and then I do both of my legs as well. So for each week, I change up the spots, and it's suggested that you change up the spots because, per what I've heard, you don't want that particular spot to kind of get use of the medication and then it stop working. So you want to switch it up to help prevent that. So that's what I've been doing, and it turned out it's been going really well. I have heard also that some people have shared that they've experienced more nausea when they inject in their stomach. Fortunately, that hasn't been my experience. Wherever I inject, I'm good. I have experienced some nausea, not saying that I haven't, but it hasn't been due to where I inject my medication. That has been for a totally different situation, and I will do a video explaining the side effects that I've experienced so that I can share that as well. So as I explained in my previous video, fortunately, my insurance is covering my medication. If you are looking to get this medication, I will highly recommend talking to your provider. You will likely need a prior authorization from your provider to send your insurance company. It is also recommended that you reach out to your insurance company and check to see if they cover it even before you attempt to get the prior authorization, just to give you an idea if they do cover it or not. If they do, great. They will tell you, if you need a prior authorization. When I did have to call my insurance, my doctor gave me a list of medications that she wanted me to check with my insurance. I called them, and they explained to me that for this medication that I did need a prior authorization. So my doctor did send that information in. So I was able to get my medication covered by my insurance. So yeah, that is the reason why I am taking the medication. Fortunately, it's been a positive experience. I hope and pray that it continues to be a positive experience. I am feeling good. It feels good to be able to be down. As I explained in my previous video, as of my last injection a few days ago, I'm down a total of 21 pounds, which is great. I'm so happy for that. That's the most I've ever been able to be down. And I guess I could share too. So I did have a child. My youngest son, it just turned 11 years old a week from today when I'm filming this video. And after having my youngest son, I have not been able to get under 200 pounds. And a lot of people, they look at me and they might not be able to tell. I am short. I'm 5'2", or short, depending on who the person is and how they feel about that height level. So it's been a huge challenge just after having him, just trying to get weight down. And as I explained before, it's been that yo-yo up and down. And I just, I get my weight down and then eventually crease back up, and the numbers just kept going higher and higher and higher, which was concerning, especially when, you have health concerns like high blood pressure, which for a lot of Black people, we are the ones with the highest rate of hypertension. So I did want to do something to manage that. I do think that I'm not young, but I do think I'm a little young to have that, have to be taking high blood pressure medication. So it was clear that there was something that needed to be addressed in order to manage that part of my health. So just to share a couple things that I have shared in the past, I've done keto. I did that for a while, and that was where I was able to get my weight down the most. That was the 12 pounds that I was able to get off, and I stalled. I was not able to get any further than the 12 pounds that I lost on that. And then as soon as I kind of made my way off of that eating plan, I did eventually go back up. As I mentioned in my previous video, I counted calories. That was the latest I don't want to say trend, but technique, I guess I should say, that I tried, and that helped. I was able to see some pounds down, and I did see some difference in my body, and that was good. I was able to actually learn as I was tracking my calories, like what I need to add into my daily meals, and what obviously that I need to eliminate or do lesser portions of. So that was very helpful as well. I've always been a workout girl, so that for the most part, I've had times when I've fallen off from my workout routine. So that for the most part has always been something that I've kept in my life routine. I actually enjoy working out. I've learned I've learned to enjoy it, I guess I should say, but I've been working out even before I had my youngest son, who has, as I explained, just turned 11 years old. And I have some really, really good routines. As I've gotten older, I am in my 30s, in my late 30s. Obviously, my body has changed, so I've had to learn different techniques. But that's, another technique that I have been working on to manage my weight and either get the weight down or keep it off. So those are the things that I have tried on my own to get the weight off. And unfortunately, I wasn't successful as I needed to be to get it off. And it, unfortunately, eventually had started to cause some other health things. So thankfully, with this medication, it has been very helpful. And I'm very grateful for it. I do still work out on this medication. And I will share some of the food items that I have really stuck with or enjoyed that has been great. I will say the one thing that I have a hard time eating now is anything with a lot of sugar. And obviously that's something that's not good for any of us. So that's one thing that's been easy to cut out. And I think I did mention that on my last video as well. But I will film another video because I do want to kind of keep these videos somewhat short. So, whoever's looking for the information can find it and not have to wait a long video. I don't know about anybody else, but once I'm looking for some information, I like to be able to get in the video, hear what I need, see what I need to see, and then be done. So that is what I'm sharing. I did bring the box in here that I'm taking. So I am on the 5 milligram dose right now. I just took my week 18 shot a few days ago, and it also shares in here where you can inject right there. So those are the spots, the back of the arm, your abdomen, and then your thighs there. So those are the spots recommended for shots. I'm not sure if there's any other spots that would work, but I wouldn't try it. Talk to your doctor first. So all right, that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.